Well, it's not every day you get to talk to a man who meant so much to hockey, to the Detroit Red Wings, with his number 7 in the rafters and a statue on the mezzanine at Joe Louis Arena. Ted Lindsay joining us. And Ted, my first question, it's more of an emotional one, and that is your good friend over so many years, Gordie Howe. It's been recently talked about. He is now suffering from the effects of dementia. When is the last time you spoke with Gordie, and how is he doing?
Just about, I spoke to him about 2 months ago. It's the last time I've seen him. And Felix is one of his traveling companions, a little guy. And when Gordie hasn't driven for quite a while now, so Felix has always been his wheels. And but I'd see him one time, and he was perfect. Like, he never had anything wrong. Next time I see him, he had a little bit of confusion. And then, of course, he made that public statement, or Marty, I guess, did out in Vancouver, made the public a little bit more aware of it. I think sometimes when I look at him, sometimes he's perfect, and then other times he's got a problem. So hopefully he's not going to have, well, hope he has this for a long time. They're making progress with some of the treatments.
His wife suffered from the same condition, but looking at you, Ted, 86 years of age, you don't look any older than 65. How have you held it together so well for so long?
Thank you. I got a wonderful wife that takes tremendous care of me. Nothing comes into the house that isn't right. Nothing food-wise, it's all good for me. Unfortunately, Gordie didn't have that privilege when Colleen was sick for about 9 years there before she passed away. So that took its toll on him.
Ted, Bruce asked you during the television interview, I'll ask you the same question. You've meant so much to the game, fighting for players' rights. A lot of people associate the name Curt Flood with the Major League Baseball free agency movement.
I'm honored.
And you are on that same level. A lot of people maybe don't think of you, but in Canada they put together a book about your exploits, and the movie, of course, that was televised on CBC. Net Worth, exactly. Now, in terms of the players, what kind of message can you send to them about what they mean to the sport and what they're entitled to in terms of hard work resulting in reward?
Well, I think that's what they understand. Here we're talking right now, they're 4 points out of a playoff position right now. Nick doesn't have to do anything to get them up. If you're a hockey player, you should be ready to run through the boards. And you should be a major part of that team, doing a major job in covering. We all make mistakes on the ice because the game's so fast. Be ready to cover for your teammate. Be ready to cover for your defenseman. To be ready to help your goaltender. That's an automatic. Be a team player.
Finally, Terrible Ted Lindsay joining us. It was just announced there's going to be the Winter Classic at University of Michigan Stadium between the Toronto Maple Leafs and the Detroit Red Wings. Such a big event. Will you be there for the event, first of all? And secondly, what would Ted Lindsay have done playing in an outdoor game like that?
Well, it would have been a wonderful privilege to be able to do that. When I was growing up in Kirkland Lake in Northern Ontario, we had normal temperature of 15 below. Every school had 2 outdoor natural ice rinks. Didn't have to have any freezing machines. And anyways, we played all our games, and if we were lucky enough to get to the championship game for the separate school and the public school, our game was played indoors. That was our reward. So this is going to be a wonderful week in Michigan, not only for the Red Wings and for the National Hockey League in Toronto. It's going to be great. They're going to try to have a game between the American Hockey League team, 2 junior teams, some of the minor hockey teams around the city of Detroit. It's going to be just great for selling a lot of wonderful hockey to this wonderful country of USA.
Ted Lindsay, a living legend, such an ambassador for the game. Here's hoping you'll be at that contest between Detroit and Toronto. We'll see you there at the University of Michigan.
Good Lord willing, I'll be there.
Ted Lindsay, what an honor. We'll take a time out, come back with more after this on Fox Sports Radio 1230 WCWA.